I don't know. My man sat on his controller, and I don't know, like he must have farted on it or something because a massive nuke was dropped. Easy to accidentally use a boost. It's pretty common in these lobbies for even after I tell people not to use armory, it is common for them to accidentally use it anyways. So I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen, but it's if it does happen, it's not like too surprising either. Maybe it's just because I've been playing for a while, but yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna like really accidentally use a piece of armory. It's not something that's gonna happen. Yeah, that might be part of it. They get trapped and they quickly hit it or something. FPS, I like playing FPS mode. I was saying this a minute ago, maybe you're not here. I like playing FPS mode for open lobbies because the pristine pelt dark ops is just a lot easier to do for them on first person. And some of the people in this lobby, I don't know who exactly, I think RedKnight, the yellow player, I think he only needs dark ops. So, we don't want to play top down, play for 4 hours, and then he ends up dying on top down mode and he gets nothing out of the game, so. We want to put him in a good position. I mean, not that he's guaranteed to get the Dark Ops anyways, but he's in a better position if we're doing first-person mode. But I would prefer to play top-down though, just because I think it's more interesting to watch as a viewer. Like right here, you're seeing like me shoot a door right now. You have no clue what my teammates are doing. Whereas if it was top-down, you guys can watch the teammates, and it's sort of like. It's kind of interesting to see how they play, I think, as a viewer. It's like, oh, like, Blue is like, what is Blue doing, dude? He doesn't know how to use the barrels. Or, oh, Red, Red, he doesn't know how to spin with the boxing gloves. Just funny little nuances that you realize with some of the players in top-down mode that you don't really get to see in first person. How you doing, Joey? So again, when we get to the wild, make sure you don't accidentally step on a teleporter or something. We're gonna fully explore it. Just try to follow me as best as possible. Nice sentry gun. My speed boost is the Q button, which is right next to W. Yeah, I'm seeing that. So from time to time, I accidentally hit the speed boost, especially right at the beginning of a round, because I usually take my hands off the keyboard to look at my phone for a sec, or take a sip of a drink in between rounds. I should probably change it, to be honest. Well, if it's a bit of a recurring issue, yeah, it might behoove you to change it. But sometimes you don't feel like changing things; you're just used to the way it is, and you can't be bothered to change it. Ghost, what's up? I need someone to step on this pressure plate. If you know where it is. Alright, thank you. You can step off now? Yeah. Jeez Louise. They're bringing me up and down. No more double XP for Rambo? There's double XP today. Oh, it ended today? What a nightmare. That's not what you like to see. Give me the nuke, dude. Jeez Louise. Alright, let's get out of here. You were watching a COD League stream, so you should have double XP tokens, right? I didn't like link my thing or get any of those tokens, I think, so I probably don't have them, no. I went to go link my YouTube account to the CDL for rewards, but it was telling me something about like I can't do it because of something with my account. So I never did it. They told me to sign into a different account and I was like, oh, I can't be bothered to do that. Yeah, no one usually grabs the extra life there. I was gonna go back for it, but to be honest, the life is not even worth like the extra 20 seconds of getting there. So whatever. It might just be displaying as double, but it doesn't actually work. Maybe I'm wrong though. I don't know. If double XP actually ended. Alright. Here we go. We have a Margwa. Follow me, fellas. Whew, we love Margwas. What do we got here? Yeah, I'll take it. I say we kill this bastard for some XP. Why not? Dude, these Nosferatus. Never mind. Get me out of here. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. Dude, these guys are just creeping around the corner. What the hell? Get lost. Uh-oh. They're bringing Mr. Margwa to me. I'm out of here, dude. Forget about the XP. I can't be bothered to fight a Margwa. Alright, he's pretty weak. I'll let my teammates get the job done. Come on, fellas. He's one shot. The COD League was pretty interesting with Toronto. I was watching that series. Nice to see FaZe put to rest. Alright, whatever. It's not worth going up there. Just get some XP here with the zombie head. go up here. Yeah, you did say Toronto was putting in work. The one player, Bance, who was like, you know, player of the series or whatever the official phrase is. He was it was interesting because he was saying on Twitter that he was like considering retiring because he was just like shite, you know, like just a few weeks ago. And to sort of go from like, you know, considering retirement, even though like maybe he wasn't like too serious about it, but to go from considering retirement to sort of just, you know, go in demon mode at you know, a big tournament, that is very impressive. Like, you know, from his perspective, like, you know, how would you like, you wouldn't imagine that happening, and how low you're feeling, and then just to go do that well is pretty surprising. Who was the one guy who choked the S&D round? It was like sort of like the middle of the series. Like Toronto was down in the search. They were down like a few rounds, and then they came back. They were up like 5-4 in the series at some point. Oh, key, nice. I think it was Kleenex. He was the last alive, and he sort of like had a choke job with his streaks, where he like called it in too late, and then RCDs was able to defuse. I started a game before double XP. Okay, I read that. I'll open a key chest here. That guy was nervous. I mean, I guess it happens, you know. It seemed like a choke job. Whatever. Darn it. So when we get out of this kaboom room, we're gonna kill the guy, and then I'm gonna need one of my teammates to do something for me. But first, let's focus on killing the guys, and then stay in the area. I have a request to make. if you aim it, it puts more shots? Okay, I'll look into that. Alright, so I need one of my teammates to step on the pressure plate. First, let's get rid of the zombie head. There's going to be a pressure plate by me. I need one of you to step on it. Yeah. This guy stepped on it for a second, then left. He couldn't be bothered. One of you needs to step on this pressure plate by me, and then when you step on it, you sort of step off it then, once the thing... Yeah, you can step off now. Step off, please. Thank you. Did I not kill that zombie head or something? Dark Crypt, did we go for it? I think not. Pretty good game for keys. What a show of shit. Should've just left. Not looking good for you? What, like a channel prediction or something? What the heck? Elephant. Alright, so fellas in the game, I'm gonna go in the lava side to get the keys there. You just go like the total opposite side by like the dog head over there, so. Yeah, I'm gonna lose. Oh, we got one more dungeon. Jeez, almost fell. A lot of keys. Well, I've only spent one before here. I should have spent an extra one in the Dark Crypt, because usually I just end up with spare keys here. There's not too many key opportunities past this point. Alright, did they check over here? They might have left a key. Oh, okay, it looks like yellow got it. Alright, we're good to go. Follow me, fellas. Lava barely does any damage. I just don't want to get stuck there and then, you know, panicking, boosting all over the place or something. Jeez Louise. Skeleton almost laid me to absolute rest. He almost killed me again because I was looking at the damn warden on my mini-map about to kill me. Well, this boost never works too well for me on first person, but you know, we'll give it a go. Oh, that didn't work. I have feet right now, so I'm not too worried about dropping a 0. I mean, it would have been nice to get up there with 3 speed boosts in my name, but we'll move on. At least I have feet, and I could, you know, just sprint super fast. Alright, dungeon. Do we have a Margwa? No Margwa. Alright, so teammates, you each have a key. Spend it on the altar here by me. Did you see Hex post? He's starting his own cannabis brand. I don't know if he made like an official announcement today. I didn't see that, but I think he's like hinted at it in like vlogs and stuff. All right, so Red, use your key here, Red. All right, nicely done. Follow me, teammates, because I need your help killing the werewolf. So just try to stay close by me. I don't gamble, I just win. Jeez. You prefer first person or normal? I prefer the normal version. The first person I like doing for these open lobbies. It's easier for my teammates to get the Dark Op challenge. And they seem to just like it more in general, typically. Alright, so we're gonna take a short break here at the top of the volcano to go over fates. Alright, so based on the number of deaths, you guys choose the fates. So RedKnight, you have the least deaths, you have 1 death. You get to choose your fate. The options I'll present to you, I'll put them in the chat, are Furious Feet, Divine Chalice, and Fortune. I'm gonna take Firepower, and then you guys let me know what fates you want. So Knight, you choose first, and then supahkilla, you'll choose second, and then right. So Knight wants the Divine Chalice. Very good pick since you're going for the Dark Ops. So Red, what fate do you want? Do you want Feet or Fortune? Fortune, items last 80% longer. Feet, you run faster. Let me know what you want. Yeah, I'm going to go explain how that's going to be done just me. Just let me know which fate you want first. That's the first step here. Do you want Furious Feet or Fortune? Feet is okay? Alright, so that leaves Space with Fortune, aka Blessings. It's a fine fate, nothing wrong with it. So here's how we're going to pick. Make sure you guys listen, and if you don't understand what I'm saying, let me know so I can repeat myself then. So basically, each fate has a different like stone associated with it. When we drop in the room fate, I'm going to pick my stone first. Once I pick up my stone, I'm going to help blue pick up his stone afterwards. We're going to go in the order of colors. So I pick first because I'm green, then we're going to do blue, then red, then yellow. Make sense? So I'm going to shoot blue stone. He's picking up Fortune. Once he picks up his stone, there's going to be text that appears on screen saying blessings on whatever. You know, like the text will be in blue to indicate that the blue player picked it up. After that, red, it's going to be your turn. I'm going to shoot at your stone red. You're picking up feet. Whenever you pick it up, there's going to be red text that appears on screen to indicate you picked it up. And then finally, I'm going to shoot at yellow stone, which is chalice. So basically, we're going to go one by one, and I'm going to shoot at the stone. So make sure that none of you are shooting. Just pay attention to when people are picking it up so you know when it's your turn. Because if you take too long to pick up a fate, not only could you screw yourself up, but you could also screw up somebody else down the line as well who needs to pick later. Because there's only about 40 seconds in the room of fate before it kicks us out. So I pick up my stone, then I shoot at blue stone, he picks it up. Then I shoot at red stone, he picks it up. Then I shoot at yellow, he picks it up. Make sense? Is he a Treyarch developer? Who are you talking about here? David Vonderhaar? New prediction, who it's your first? Surely people in the game bet on it and then sabotage, which we don't want to see. Alright, we're going to choose the prediction outcome as well. 50-50, 50% of points went towards yes. The answer was yes. Will we get one and only one Margwa? Yep. We'll do a new prediction soon, just not quite yet. Alright, we're good to go. Hopefully you guys are ready.
Touch a stone. Dare you face your destiny? Actions are you bestow. Such very
Alright. Very well. Nicely done.
You are swift. Swift like the wind. Bountiful life is your reward.
Millie and Ad, thanks for follows.
Your fate has been decided.
So we're pretty much smooth sailing at this point. You guys could, you know, if you're next to the door at the end of the round, you could pretty much just go through it. I don't think I'm going to need a break for a while. But later on, once we get to the later rounds, make sure you're not like just zooming through doors and stuff. But we should be good for now. Do you know where they spawn? What are you talking about? The Fates? I have videos on my YouTube channel if you want to know more about the Room of Fate. Basically, each stone is associated, the shape and color of a certain stone is associated with a certain fate. Where they spawn is different, but how it looks is the same, essentially. Damn, I went outside for 2 minutes, I'm sweating already. Back inside. Remember, don't use your armory. If you guys drop to 0 lives, don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Doesn't harm the game in any capacity. I think if I do another ×9 attempt, I low-key might take Fortune. I think I'm a Fortune stan. Ow. If I died there, that would have been disappointing. Again, if you guys need a short break at some point, let me know. Hopefully I see it in time. But, you know, these early rounds are just going to be pretty much smooth sailing. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, nothing much to it. How much time does it take to round 64? It depends how long you spend in the wild. But typically about 3 hours to 3.5 hours. The fastest you could do it is essentially like 2 hours, 20 minutes or so, around that ballpark. That's if you like totally speed run it, but a game like this is going to take a little over 3 hours. Alright, got a key. Gotta take a day off work to do it. Well, surely you have 3 hours somewhere in your schedule when you're off. Unless you're working 24/7. Plus, if you're doing it on solo, you could just pause the game. Solo first person, pretty decent for doing the dark ops. I might do I don't know exactly, maybe I end up doing something else actually, it just depends, but I might end up doing a 7 times multiplier challenge tomorrow, helping a viewer or two with the 7 times. I know RedKnight, you said you still need help with that, so just keep that in mind. Tomorrow I might be doing a 7 times challenge, where I help someone try to get that. I wasn't killing those zombies because I was sort of testing something with the skeletons. What servers are you on? What do you mean by that? Like the server DOA doesn't really have like, it's just like the host. I'm on the East Coast, if that's what you're asking. The game was sort of new. There was a weird bug with this arena for me, where if I was in first person, this was before the first person mode was a thing. It was only like the item pickup that would take you to first person. But whenever I was in first person, like I would crash. I would be liable to crash on this arena for some reason. I don't know if it was related to ray tracing. I ended up disabling ray tracing. Maybe that was the fix. I don't know. Weird stuff.
Bonus room.
Yeah. You would have some lag, but it's not like the biggest deal, to be honest. For something like this, if you are lagging. You carrying his backpack. I mean, it would make it more difficult for you to survive, I suppose that is true. But you surviving for something like this isn't too important, unless you're trying to do the pristine pelt. But even then, you're usually using your armory on that round, so like ping is not too important. But yeah, I mean, I've played with people, you know, in these type of lobbies who live in Europe, or some people, you know, they're in like New Zealand, you know. So it's plenty of people with bad pings in these things. Yeah, I forgot I have 2 boosts per round. I'll have to use those to exit these rooms. I mean, it is bad to play on like humongous ping, right? Like regardless what the game is. I feel like DOA1 was like worse than any other DOA game in terms of that, where it was just like, if you were playing on like 150 ping on DOA1, it's like, you know, nightmare. Do you believe in karma is simply not the type of question you ask a DOA streamer after being in their chat for 20 minutes. That's a bit odd. But to answer your question, Karma retired last year with the Seattle Surge, so I don't believe in him to make a comeback. Rambo for CDL coach. That would be a nasty coach. Nasty as in good. Sometimes these skeletons that hit you, and you hear the sound effect as if you got a zombie hit. It's kind of weird. Nasty as in stinky. Hey, doing corn dog. Oh, we're doing an open lobby today, corn dog. I mean, I guess, you know, you're not expected to show up on time all the time, but we were looking for people desperately. I think you still got to redeem your money in the bank unless you ended up doing it by yourself or something. Oh, okay. Well, first of all, to be fair, like, you know, I mean, I know very little about competitive COD in terms of like strategies and whatnot. Like, you know, obviously nowhere near qualified to do that. But let's say let's suppose I had like DOA type knowledge for the CDL or something. Then what team would I coach? It's a tough one. Maybe Dallas Empire, just because I like the team a bit, and they're like a really good team, but they're also not like it's not like optic levels of like backlash that you would receive if you end up losing. Like Rambo Ray, speaking of Rambo, Rambo Ray is the coach of Dallas, and it's like, if Dallas ends up losing, he's not really going to be like hearing shite from fans, like they don't really give a shite. But Optic, if they end up losing, their coach, Sender, you know, they're going to be roasting him, you know, so, you know, not that I can't live with a little roast, but perhaps the Dallas shop would be a bit more low-key. Use it. Oh, I should have boosted. Why am I nuking? I literally use the speed boost and then I end up hitting a pole. I swear I hit that boost like half a second before I hit that pole. Rainbow Ray was shite back in the day? Nah, dude. He was the COD father. Doing the dirty work. That was the dumbest death I took, dude. Well, first of all, I didn't even know the pole was there. Like, that was an issue. But even before I hit the pole, I was like, oh, like, it's almost the end of the round. I have 2 boosts. Like, let me just use my boosts. I hit the boost, and then, like, I die, like, a second later. It made no sense. Do you play competitive? No, I don't. I think Intrensi would make a better coach. impossible. They lost against Complexity because Rambo was triple negative. Well, I'm not saying he didn't have bad performances or that, you know, maybe he wasn't like a little washed toward the end of his career or something. But I think generally, like, people, you know, they don't consider him to be the best, but they don't think he was like shite either, you know. I'm pretty sure he's considered a fairly influential figure in early COD, especially for like search and destroy. Well, to be fair, for like COD coaches, like I don't even know like how much influence they're having over the results of the match, sort of thing. I mean, you know, especially nowadays, like you can't even like. I think it was different, like where you could have coaches on the stage while you were playing, sort of thing. Now they can't even talk to you unless in between rounds or something, you know. But you know, I'm sure he's a decent coach. It's not like they're having. It's not like a coach in the sense of like you know, like a basketball coach or a MLB manager or something. You know, they're not really calling the shots. They're just sort of there to like hype up the players for the most part, and then maybe, you know, maybe like when they're practicing or something, they point things out. As far as like the actual matches themselves go, like, you know, very little influence, I imagine. But you know, Rambo Ray, he's had a bit of a nice career. Early legend in COD, you know, perhaps he was, you know, like you said, triple negative toward the end. That was probably like what, Ghost or something against Complexity. You know, it's like, sure, you know, maybe he was a bit trash toward the end, but generally seems like people held him in high regards for those early COD titles. Then he went on to, what do you call it? Oh, also he wasn't able to play in, like maybe they wouldn't have won if he was playing, like who knows how things go differently, but he wasn't able to play in COD XP 2011, which was like the big event at the time for Modern Warfare 3 when the game came out. He wasn't able to play due to like visa issues since he's from Canada. So like, I'm pretty sure Nadeshot had to replace him on the Optic squad. But it's like, you know, who knows, maybe things go differently if he ends up playing that and they win, and, you know, he's viewed a bit differently or something. Not that, you know, he isn't already viewed highly from his peers. Anyways, after he finished playing, then he went to Sledgehammer, development studio for like, you know, Advanced Warfare and World War II. So he was there for like 5 years or so. Then, you know, came back and started coaching for Dallas. So player, coach, developer, you know, he's done it all. Where you see how much a team could change on a different meta? What is this in reference to? Like a certain, like Toronto or something? Or some other example? People are shooting during the teleporter? Did the game glitch out or something? What happened? Oh. That's not what you like to see. Yeah. How did that, what even happened there? Like, I heard you guys shooting your guns during the teleporter, so I knew something was fishy, but like, what? Were you guys lagging before we took the teleporter? Or was it a very abrupt crash? And after you crashed, what happened? Did you get an error message, or did it kick you out of